Right. Yeah. So you kind of lead into my next question, which is, suppose you're talking to someone who owns a small to mid-sized business, that truck driver, for instance.
Yeah.
And suppose that you want to pick, and this is an evil question, forgive me, but you have to pick one chapter from your book to have that person get in and possibly get something that can change their life and business. Would there be a chapter?
Yeah.
Could you pick a chapter that you would recommend?
Yeah, it is a great and very evil question, Ryan.
Right.
So, but I want to answer it in three different ways. So first of all, the business person, if I break the book up between the front 9 and the back 9, the front 9, I would probably have them read the intro, because the intro sets up the 5 vital signs and the 4 little behavioral economic secrets, and I think gives them sort of enough to at least be dangerous. Now, for the business person on the back half, it would probably be unquestionably chapter 6, which is about how to think of incentives in a very economic way. Now, the third way I'm going to answer this is for the academic or the policymaker. If I was talking to that group, I would say chapter 3 for sure. Because chapter 3, I think, changes the paradigm of how we think about doing academic work. Because on the one hand, we do academic work, as you know, to get published and to get in good journals and to get tenure and to get pay raises and to get on the New York Times, whatever, front page, or wherever you want to, wherever your goals are. That sets up the incentive scheme to create evidence in a petri dish that likely won't scale. And that's what I would call evidence-based policymaking, where in chapter 3, I flip the script and I'm demanding of people that we have policy-based evidence. Now, in chapter 3, I present policy-based evidence as thinking along the lines of, what are the constraints or warts that you're going to face at scale? Bring those back to your original design and make sure that your idea still has voltage with all of those warts in place. Like, I talk a lot about the Chicago Heights Early Childhood Center, which I'm very proud of. I started a pre-K that we opened in 2010. I hired 30 really good teachers because I was thinking about horizontal scaling. If you have to vertically scale that around all of Chicago, I don't have any evidence or policy-based evidence from my program on the types of teachers I would have to hire. If I have to hire 30,000 teachers around Chicago, they're going to be really marginal teachers. So I need to bring those kinds of teachers into my experiment to start and say, does my idea work with the inputs that I'm going to have to employ at scale? That's what I call policy-based evidence. And I think that's what chapter 3 really calls all of us social scientists to the carpet to say, look, I understand the incentives you're facing as an academic, publish or perish, top 5, and you're going to be great, blah, blah, blah. But that's not changing the world. That's playing an academic game. And if you really want to change the world, you should give us policy-based evidence. Does that help, Ryan?
That's fantastic. You actually answered 2 of my questions at the same time. I was having trouble following the statement, we need to move from policy-based evidence to evidence-based policy, but that really brought it together for me. I appreciate it.
Good. All right.